it's really hard to make a case for anybody being the greatest boxer ever outside of Floyd Mayweather. You know, people love to mention Muhammad Ali, who, you know, had a bunch of losses, and Sugar Ray Robinson, who fought probably a bunch of mainly plumbers and electricians and heroin addicts back in the 50s and 60s or whatever the hell he fought. You know, guys like that. But in reality, bro, when you really look at it as far as skills, not just defense, offense, timing, everything, Floyd Mayweather is the total package. You know what I'm saying? And he's lacking in no area. And nobody, it amazes me how people like to pretend like his defense is a weakness of his. You know, how people like to pretend like him not getting hit is somehow a bad thing for him. You know, people, and when I say people, I'm mainly talking about Mexican boxing fans. And I'm talking about them because he beat so many Mexican legends that they are obviously, bro, they have a bias towards Mayweather, bro.
Yeah.
They got a bias towards Floyd, bro. And I get it. You know, he beat the hell out of all of they guys. He beat them all easy, especially Canelo. Beat the shit out of him.
I don't think he got hit. I don't think Canelo landed one punch on Floyd Mayweather.
I don't think Canelo Alvarez landed a single punch against Floyd Mayweather. And that says a lot because Conor McGregor landed punches against Floyd. But I don't think...
And Canelo was on steroids.
And Canelo was on steroids. And Floyd still beat him handily. He was on steroids. He was 13 years younger, 14 years younger. I think he was 24 and Floyd was like 38. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd was still faster, better, sharper. He was smaller, but he looked stronger. You know what I'm saying? So that just goes, that's just another notch on Floyd's belt as far as his greatness. What do you think about Floyd, man? Would you put him up there as the best or as one of the best?
I think he's a certified best boxer of all time. You know, 50-0. People like to just think that 50-0 is just like not 50-0. It's 50-0. Zero losses, 0 draws. You know, Tank will never be on his level now because he has a draw. You know what I'm saying? Tank's out the window. You know what I'm saying?
Not even just because of the draw. Like the opponents too, bro.
Yeah, man. He's like a Sugar Ray Leonard of all knockouts, but he's not really going against good competition. Like, you know. But I mean, a lot of people like to throw, you know what I'm saying, Muhammad Ali in there. But I mean, I don't know. You know, I think, you know, he's a close second. But I definitely think that Mayweather has edged, you know, Muhammad Ali out, Mike Tyson out as one of the solidified greatest boxers of all time.
Yeah.
And I like his attitude. And he's made the most money. You know, he's definitely made a killing. You know, he's not hurting. You know, he still does a lot for the sport of boxing. You know, he brought players like Devin Haney he brought Devin Haney up, you know, Tank up. Definitely.
Promoting.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, Floyd definitely does his part. I will say, man, we got to be honest, bro. When you listen to Floyd talk about his fighters, or when you hear him at a press conference for his fighters, he does kind of come off like he's trying to make it about himself. He does kind of come off as a straight up hater sometimes, bro. But that doesn't mean that he's not the best boxer ever.
Yeah.
Hands down. That nigga is the best.
I mean, him and Tank had a beef at one point.
They still got a beef. Apparently, Tank, I don't know if he put penis in Floyd's daughter or if he just tried to. Don't think Floyd took it too well. And I wouldn't either. I wouldn't take it too well, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all this stuff for you, putting all this money in your pocket, and you duking my daughter?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of snake. Like, Tank kind of a snake for that. Like, out of all the women you could have duked out, you choose this nigga daughter, who at the time was like 16 or 17.
You talking about Yaya?
Yeah, bro. Yaya, obviously, she's for the streets, but I'm just saying, bro, like, you duking out this nigga daughter while he, you know what I'm saying, they're doing all this for you. So, yeah, I'd probably hate on that nigga, too, if I was Floyd. You know, I wouldn't take it well either. But no, one thing I did want to talk about while we on the topic, bro, I'm sick. Matter of fact, I'm just making a whole new one. So that's the Floyd one. Of course.